And we are live. What's going on, everybody? It's S.E.T&KEY Media in the building, man. You got Key in here, your favorite big four-headed YouTuber, back with another one, man. We keep on snapping for y'all. Tonight we got a little video on China's influence through TikTok, brought to you by none other than our man, Dr. Phil. Let's get right into the show, man. It's going to be a fire episode. Let's go.
We're talking about the threat of the...
It's almost as if they're trying to destabilize us, but from within. Yeah, trying to attack us head on is probably not the best bet. Like, it's America. We're a world power. We got nukes. We got, all that and all this, right? So, trying to attack us head on, probably not the best play. But you know what is the best play? You know what is a smart play for another world power like China? Make sure that their imperialism is strong and always will be and always has been. Make sure that their influence through social media, through companies that they own. ByteDance is a Chinese-owned company. Like, they're just now finally making them sell it off. But, the damage has been done essentially with that. The Chinese weed farms, the triad, peddling, and trafficking drugs through the Mexican cartels, which ultimately make it up here. Like, China is really kind of on the cutting edge as far as that tactic when it comes to war. The fighting from within, dismantling us from within. You kind of got to give them credit because, understandably, going at us head on isn't the best play. And it's the same concept as when we kind of go at them boys and we say that they got influence here and there and, they're trying to derail the black community and this, that, and the other. And, it's the same concept as when we go at them. We ain't talking about the people as a whole. Hell no. Like, nah, these are our neighbors. These are our fellow community members, and they contribute to society and deserve respect just like the next motherfucker. We're talking about the shady motherfuckers at the top who play and pretend like they're not doing shady shit, but they got, all type of influence and making all type of shit go down in the background. That's what we talking about and referring to.
These people oftentimes are the biggest targets and victims of China's authoritarian government and ruling party.
Since October of last year, Border Patrol has reported nearly 10,000 arrests of Chinese nationals that have illegally crossed the southwest border, and the number continues to increase.
And y'all might be thinking like, damn, like, I thought this whole time it was just, and no offense, I thought this whole time it was just Mexican people coming through the southwest border. I didn't know it was Chinese, Ukrainian. Like, bro, that's our most open border. Like, if you trying to enter America illegally, you're gonna go through the southern border. That's just what it is. It don't matter where you coming from, what corner of the world you coming from, what country you're trying to immigrate from. Like, if you're trying to get into America and you're trying to circumvent the legal immigration process, you're coming through the southern border. That's just what it is. So when you hear all these presidential candidates talking about being hard on immigration and restricting the border, they're not talking about our border with Canada. We don't have any other borders besides that, right? We got oceans on both sides, right? If you know geography, we're talking about our south border, our southern border. You trying to get into America, that's where you come through.
Every month. I've confirmed that some of the Chinese nationals coming in have ties to the Chinese Communist Party.
And yes, human smuggling through the border. You got to understand, the border crisis, the border issue is such a widespread issue or such a widespread problem that, yes, we've created a market, a low-key, an economy for people in Mexico City, people in Guatemala, people across and along the border. We've created a business, a hustle for these motherfuckers that they're so familiar with the border. They know it's so easy to get through and pass and back and forth across the border that they're charging folks now. So yeah, you got Chinese nationalists or people who are affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party. They're coming through the south border. They're meeting smugglers as they get there, paying them whatever amount. I've heard upwards of $10,000-$15,000. And they're getting into America illegally. But it's so funny to think that our border is so loose that we've created a local economy for the people that live across the border just to be able to kind of smuggle hopeful immigrants into the country, and they're making money off of it. But it's because our border is so loose, like it's because our border is so open that, you know, that opportunity has been created for these people. Are you serious?
Oh, hell no, man.
Are you fucking serious? So as long as you make it through, you damn near guaranteed to be good. Oh, I'm seeking asylum, and then there's a process, and essentially, what is that the start of the process for you to make it to one of these sanctuary cities for immigrants, Chicago, or New York, or L.A. Now you're getting free stays at hotels and $300 to $500 stipends a month from the local government. Is that same process he's referring to? That same asylum process? Like, god damn, that shit is crazy.
Damn, son.
It's like we are rewarding or incentivizing motherfuckers to legally come here. Like, the process to get a green card or the process to immigrate here legally, as I've heard, is a difficult, long one. But as long as you can make it here, make it over the long ass fence or hole or whatever, slip under the fence, whatever, however they're getting through or across the border. As long as you can do that, you get caught, you say you seek an asylum, you're good to go. Don't worry about it. No green card for you, just welcome to America. I mean, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't be able to come here for better opportunity, better way of life, the American dream, so to speak. And this country was built off of immigration, but there is a process. And as somebody who pays taxes, as somebody who is a citizen and all that, it is of our concern, and it does directly affect us when we have immigration issues, when the border is being overflowed with immigration, when our biggest, most notable cities are being overflowed with immigration. And we already have a homelessness issue. We already have issues at hand within our infrastructure that need addressed. But with the compounding immigration issue, it just doesn't help shit. And it's not necessarily a matter of you being racist or being a xenophobe or whatever, what have you, whatever the liberal left might try and call you for calling out immigration and its failures in this country. But it's definitely impactful when it comes to, again, being a taxpayer and being an American citizen. So this issue directly affects all of us.
Chris, they're not just coming from China, right?
They're coming from all over, Dr. Phil. But one point I want to make, and you heard the audience reaction, the minute I asked about why he's coming to the United States, he clammed up.
That's hilarious. He was communicating perfectly fine before then. And as soon as he asked him, like, yeah, you going to... He told him what city he was going to, but he asked him, like, hey, so why are you coming, though? Oh, well, there's a lot going on in my home country. You know, I had to get away. Like, you like what? My English, man, it's not that good. You know, you slick, dirty motherfucker. You slick bastard. Like, you know goddamn well that's what they told you to say. That's your media training. It's kind of like if you go back to our Steven Crowder video when we covered the weed farms that the Chinese and the CCP have set up over here in Oklahoma, funny enough. But when you kind of call and you trace the money back and you see who's funding these groups, when you call, you ask to speak to certain people, it's like me speaking no English, me know who you talking about. Yeah, we have no idea what you're referring to. So it's just when you get caught, that's their answer. Like, we don't know. Me no Ukrainian gentleman who had crossed in through the southern border, and we had covered it on the channel as well. I had added some commentary, and it was funny to note that he made it through the southern border. There was reporters down there. I forget from what news outlet, but there were reporters down there interviewing immigrants as they were coming across the border. It's not their job to stop and arrest them, right? They're just trying to, they're just journalists. They're just showing us what's going on, right? So he interviews this guy 10 seconds after he crosses the border. And this Ukrainian guy, it was hilarious. He was saying, like, yeah, I'm not going to lie. You guys need a stricter border. There's no way I just made it through that easy. He detailed how much he had paid smugglers to get him in here. He detailed why he had came. But right after that, he was like, yeah, you guys should probably work on that, though. It was too easy for me to get in here. Like, Yeah, you guys probably need a stronger border. This is an immigrant who's been in the country 30 seconds saying we need a stronger border. Like, if that's not fucking ironic, I don't know what is.
I think we have better participation here than we have in the Olympics. I mean, we see almost every country that's out there, not just Central America, not just South America. I mean,
Funny as hell. You got the National Border Patrol Council saying we got better participation here than you see in the Olympics. The Olympics where there's multiple 50 plus countries represented, right? Everybody who's anybody is out there. Multiple countries represented. You got big countries, you got small countries, and this guy's saying that the border is we've seen more variety at the border. Like, bro.
we have Uzbekistan, we have Egypt, we have Somalia, Eritrea, you name it.
You're also seeing people that are on known terrorist watch lists.
And releasing it. I mean, it just takes.
It's kind of like Trump's point. Like, you got some of these countries that are emptying out their mental facilities with rapists, people with known psychiatric issues. According to him, people who are on known terrorist watch list groups, and they're just coming across the border willy-nilly. No problem. If they're coming through the border illegally, how are they being documented? So we don't know who the fuck is in here for real. We don't know who the fuck is in the country for real. That's the scary part. And we don't know until these motherfuckers pop up and do some shady, dark, seedy shit, like the situation a couple weeks ago with the 12-year-old girl and the two immigrants. Like, we don't know. We didn't know they was over here till some shit like that happens.
To one person with ill intent is gonna do a lot of damage to this country. Yeah.
Like, and let's be honest, you coming over here for the American dream, right, bro? Like, if you were in one of these third world countries or one of these lesser economically developed countries and your way of life over there was crime, like, bro, you're not about to come over here and be suit and tie. You're about to come over here to America and do the same goddamn thing. You're gonna steal, you're gonna KILL, you're gonna grape, you're gonna do whatever you did over there because that's what you know. And it's just a new place, new opportunity. You thinking there's probably more opportunity over here for you to do the same things. Like, if you're a thief, well, people were broke in your home country, but Americans got money, right? Right? Like, yeah, bro, they're not coming over here and switching their way of life. You know, I was a thief and a robber back home, but now I work suit and tie and I'm a advisor. Like, you know what I'm saying? They blue collar now. Like, nah, it doesn't work like that.
And we have hundreds of thousands that are getting away from us.
Now, that's not to say that every immigrant is coming over here and doing that, because if you, again, to that same point I just made, if you had a trade back home and you were a strong tradesman and that's what you did, the work wasn't steadily available or readily available for you back home, you can come over here, make some good money. These are the type of people that we would love to see migrate to the country, obviously legally, but these are the type of people who we don't mind having over here, who are welcome to America and who we are more than likely to welcome into our communities. But if you come over here, we don't know you from nowhere. We don't know you from a can of paint. And, you know, we got these countries who are literally emptying out their psychiatric facilities. You got these countries who are sweeping the streets of all these gangs and all these cartel members. Like, you gotta think, some of these niggas is making it over here. Some of these people are making it over here with ill intent. They don't want to come over here to America and do good. They want to come over here to America with another opportunity to do the bad shit they was doing back home.
Keep you up at night?
No, it used to.
Yeah, we're doing a lot for these folks once they get here. What's New York doing for the migrants?
New York City, for example, has set aside a debit card program in which they've set aside $53 million of the city budget to give to people who are coming into our country. California, for example, Dr. Phil, they've set aside $1.2 billion.
That's the same thing I was just talking about. That is exactly what I was just talking about. So I kind of made an assumption, but it seems like I was right on the money with this. So you come over here, you say you're seeking asylum, you make it to one of these states, Illinois, New York, California, and these states, these major cities have set aside funds, have allocated funds for immigrants, for people who have illegally immigrated to the country and are just seeking asylum. They have allocated funds to house, feed, and get these people going, get these people working, get these people acclimated into our communities. It is funny to think like, bro, don't we got people over here who need jobs? Don't we got people over here who need housing? People over here who are struggling? But y'all can just print some money, make some money up, allocate some funds, put it to the side for these people, for these folks. It's funny to think. It's funny to think. And I don't care how much of a humanitarian you are, how much you love your fellow man. It is funny to think that if you got issues in your own home, you'd be willing to help a stranger on the street before you help, one of your housemates.
$1 billion that was going to help people with free health care, any age.
That's a scary thought. That is a scary thought. Taking into account the prominence of TikTok. It's one of our most popular social media apps. No, everybody gets on TikTok, right? Everybody does, right? Like, if you don't frequent it, you know about it. If you don't, your brother does, your sister does, your mom does, your girlfriend does, your boyfriend does. So TikTok's influence on the average American, especially, I would say, like in their early teens, late teens, early 20s. I mean, just anybody really. It's actually crazy to think. So they infiltrated your homes, they've infiltrated your pockets. They're controlling the algorithm that's feeding you senseless information in short form content and clip form content. You're not really learning anything. And it's exactly the type of, imagine this, it's not what you're wanting to see. It's not anything that you've sought out. It's just an algorithm feeding you content that the CCP would want you to see. That's a scary thought. So you think that, TikTok's this shit's so crazy, this shit's so cool. Bro, the CCP is literally formulating, calculating, and curating the content that you see on a daily basis on that app. Crazy.
I've gone to the border like you many times, and I followed a group of migrants just to understand how they get to where.
Where do you want to go? Here's your court date. It's 4 years out. But in that 4 years, have fun. Welcome to America. That shit's crazy as fuck. That shit wild as hell. And it's almost unfair to the people who are trying to legally migrate. I know it's an expensive process. You have to take a test. You have to get a visa, all this other shit. I'm not really all the way, I don't know every step in the process, but I do know it's a strenuous, lengthy process. If it wasn't, more people would migrate legally, right? Like if it was just such a, hey, I want to come to America. Okay, you're good. More people would do it like that. But it's kind of unfair to the people who are trying to legally migrate when it's just so easy to come across legally. You get here, you tell them you're seeking asylum, you're seeking sanctuary. They say, okay, they put you on a bus, they ask you what city you want to go to, they send you to the city, they give you a court date 4 years out. So now you got enough time to make some money, come up, do whatever. 4 years is a long time. Like 4 years is a while. You can make a come up in 4 years. You could cause some damage in 4 years. But they're pretty much giving them, an immigrant who's been here, like I said, maybe an hour or so, the freedom to do whatever, to reign loose.
Who's coming?
And I'm glad he said that. I couldn't agree more. And I think I stated that exact point earlier in the video. As we close out here, make sure to like the video. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We need immigrants in the country. That's what's built America. That's what makes America so strong. We've always been referred to as the melting pot of culture and people. So, nobody's bashing immigrants, Chinese immigrants or any immigration, or any immigrant, I should say. But as he said, I'd just like to know who's over here. Are we getting the doctors, the lawyers, the engineers, or are we getting the psychiatric patients, the grapists, and the thieves and the looters? I don't think it's too controversial to say that you can keep the latter and we'll take the former. Like, I don't think it's too controversial to say that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Am I far off? Am I right on? Am I cooking or am I tripping? Let me know. I hope you guys liked that video. It was definitely a good one for sure. I'm going to be right back with another live in maybe not too long, maybe an hour, 30 minutes less. We'll see. But yeah, like the video on the way out. Appreciate y'all tuning in. It's S.E.T&KEY Media. It's Key. Signing out.